It's August 12th, 2015, and this is your Fortean Slip News!
From IFL Science. Doesn't that stand for I fucking love science?
I fucking love science. Yes, it does. But in order to be able to promote it, I guess, in a few places, they,
Well, I fucking love science. They found a 10,000-year-old monolith that was discovered under the ocean. Sweet. A submerged man-made monolith, 12 meters, or for us, U.S. citizens, 40 feet in length, has been discovered in a shallow bank of the, what is that? Sicilian Channel between Tunisia and Sicily, that is believed to date back some 10,000 years. Weighing approximately 15 tons. The large structure was found 40 meters or 130 feet below the surface in an area that thousands of years ago wasn't entirely submerged by the sea. Such a structure suggests not only human activity on the Pantelleria Vicia.
Yeah, that's exactly how you say it, Steve. Exactly.
Pantelleria Vicia?
I'll keep going. Yep, keep trying.
But organized and skilled cooperation found by a group of researchers surveying the area. Extensive analysis of the monolith suggests that the structure, a piece of limestone, was cut and moved as a single piece of rock, despite now lying on the seabed in two pieces. The bank wasn't swallowed by the sea until roughly 9,350 years ago. It is thought that the rising tide forced the Stone Age residents to move camp and abandon their creation to the sea. Researchers are currently unsure of the monolith's purpose and meaning, but the find does provide exciting evidence of significant Mesolithic human activity in the region. I got the Mesolithic part right, I believe. The rest of the story.
I do think you are correct, Steve. You did get that one.
I did. This thing is 30,000 pounds, and it was one piece. How the
pounds, baby, pounds!
Lots of pounds. 30,000 pounds, and they moved it apparently to its location in one piece.
I'm at this point. I'm all in with ancient civilization where they had technology like we had. I think they were running around with iPads, fucking headphones. Everybody was looking at their devices, and that's what happened. Like, that's how civilization fell. They all just ran into one another.
That's probably, yeah, they just weren't looking where they were going because they were texting somebody.
That's what happened to all these ancient civilizations. The Mayans, the fucking Egyptians, they all got iPads, and it all went to shit.
That sounds like a fucking Richard Allen explanation for something.
No, I'm all in with ancient civilization at this point. I'm not all in with ancient aliens, but fucking ancient civilization, damn Skippy.
Yeah, I think so too. I think there was something going on that we haven't discovered yet. We don't give these people a lot of credit for being all that smart because they were ancient and all, but apparently they were a lot smarter than we think they were, because 30,000 pound fucking monolith that they moved in one piece.
Steve, if there's a 30,000 pound monolith under the ocean, it's got to be ancient aliens.
Probably is. From the express.co.uk, are ghosts real? Haunted puppet. Oh,
yep.
A haunted puppet.
I'm in.
Caught moving on camera after choking the former owner. A puppet that reportedly choked its former owner has been caught on camera moving inside a sealed glass container. Paranormal investigator Jane Harris filmed the puppet every night for 3 months using a timed night vision camera. The 32-year-old from Storebridge, West Mids, wherever the hell that is, was watching the puppet after its previous owner claimed it tried to choke him to death. The chilling footage shows the puppet Puppets cross, slowly moving upright, and then crash into a glass pane on the sealed box. Since receiving the puppet, it has been kept inside a container, blessed by holy water, and for extra safety and investigation accuracy, Jane, who investigates... I messed up that last sentence, but nobody will ever catch that. Jane, who investigates haunted dolls for her company, HD Paranormal, said, the cabinet has...
The power of howdy doody compels you! The power of howdy doody compels you!
The cabinet has no doors, so you would have to physically lift all four sides off the base to move it. For us, there is no real point in faking your own evidence, as it's only tricking yourself.
A hand up your asshole compels you!
This footage is real. Our ultimate goal is to find out as much as we can about the spirit and then try to understand why he is still here. Jane has been investigating spiritual attachment to haunted puppets for 17 years. What a shitty-ass fucking job. She investigates haunted puppets.
This puppet is cleansed.
17 years after training as a psychologist. She added, this video is real and more difficult for us to disprove than people believing that they have had paranormal experience from other haunted dolls. The puppet's former owner, John, inherited the 1960s toy after his father's death and claims to have experienced minor haunting experience. But they all build up to one evening where he believes the spirit attached to the puppet... The spirit was attached to the puppet and started choking him. He said, I cleared out all of my dad's belongings apart from the puppet, which I left on the drawer by my bed for some reason, and that night it felt like I was being choked. I was wide awake in bed, and I thought I saw a shadow move from one side of the window to the other and worried something was trying to scare us. Then, without warning, my throat suddenly went really tight. I've never had anyone's hands around my throat before, so it was really scary. While I was choking, I tried to wake my wife, but it took her ages to come around. It's typical. When she did, I remember looking straight at the puppet sitting on the drawers near our bed and realizing it was him.
Bum, bum, bum.
John says the haunting experience began 2 weeks after inheriting the puppet, which he reluctantly kept because it was one of his father's favorite possessions. Haunted puppets. That's some good stuff. I'm sorry. That story sucked.
The only haunted puppet I would ever want to see is fucking Otto's puppet, George, because Otto passed away. And if Otto could haunt George and come back and still do a fucking act, that would be the best thing ever.
I don't know. I don't get in. I know, you do a lot of your blog posts on these haunted dolls or your YouTube's stuff, but really, I mean, the puppet was sitting there. The guy felt like he was being choked and automatically assumes it was the puppet. I mean, how? Yeah.
Suck a cock.
How do you jump to that conclusion? Newsmax.com. We got the woman on Mars. A ghostly object and a NASA photo, most likely, well, dust in the wind. A photo of Mars captured by NASA's Curiosity rover.
All we are is dust in the wind.
NASA's, you might have to pay copyright.
Dust in the wind.
A photo of Mars captured by NASA's Curiosity rover appears to show a ghostly woman standing on a rock outcropping, and now experts are scrambling to explain it. According to CBS, the woman was first spotted by writers at UFO Sightings
Steve,
Daily.
I close my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Only for a moment.
Only for a moment.
And the moment's gone.
And the moment is gone. Just like this news story. The feminine apparition was not the first odd object spotted in the Curiosity rover's photos. However, as many pointed out, particularly on Twitter, what looked like a man-made pyramid and a crab-like creature bounding around the red surface. Time Magazine's science writer Jeffrey Kluger usually tells folks to
Bernard,
slow
how
down.
come you didn't have pictures of a spider on Mars?
Science writer Jeffrey Kluger usually tells folks to slow down when they think they've noticed something familiar in the photos of other worlds. More often than not, the objects we supposedly make out in grainy photos are nothing at all. And in this case, the woman is most likely literally dust in the wind. As an American cosmologist, because Carl Sagan was not a cosmetologist.
What the fuck?
I was using my words, Chris. I was just using the wrong ones.
Beautician Carl Sagan.
As American cosmologist, not cosmetologist. Carl Sagan explained before him.
I was
Kluger
once
said
having
that
my
the-
hair done by Carl Sagan, and we were discussing the theories of the universe.
Kluger said that the human brain, I'm just going to act like it never happened. Kluger said that the human brain is trained to overcalculate.
One time, Carl Sagan was frosting my tips.
I can't believe I called Carl Sagan a cosmetologist.
Listen, Steve, there was this one time me and Carl Sagan, we were hanging out, and he was like, hey, why don't you let me highlight your hair?
Anyway, Carl Sagan and Kluger both basically explain it as pareidolia, or a psychological phenomenon that forces humans to see familiar things in unfamiliar patterns. The pareidolia phenomenon is actually a deeply rooted one, something that helps infants focus on faces early and allowed humans in the wild to spot danger easily.
Danger! Danger, Will Robinson, danger!
Picking a potentially menacing human or animal peering out from a backdrop of leaves or shrub, Kluger wrote for Time. Yes, more often than not, it's a false alarm, but better to overreact 50 times than to underreact even once. In speaking with the Huffington Post about the ghostly Mars woman, Dr. Seth Shostak, not a cosmetologist, but a senior astronomer. Why do I even try? God, I just threw my hat on the floor if you want. Senior astronomer and director of Center for SETI Research also pointed to pareidolia. The fact that so many people are adept at playing Where's Waldo with rover photos is a treatment to our brain's ability to pick out creatures in the visual landscape, he said. It's a talent that helped our ancestors avoid predators or catch prey, but it's a poor strategy in the hunt for extraterrestrial life. The phenomenon is so common that Business Insider has put together a list of comprehensive sightings, whatever, because it's on another website and I don't have the link, so I won't read that part. I don't even know how I got this job as the fucking newscaster, because I can't read a damn thing.
No comment.
There must have been a shortage. Anyway, that is the news, Chris.
That's great. Fucking, just fabulous, Steve. You think you could
Fabulous.
get a hold of Mick West?